Hi folks, my name is Siddhant and today we'll be doing the end-to-end data analytics using Microsoft Excel. So I will be taking the data from Kaggle, which is about the YouTube subscribers. So this is the data for the YouTube subscribers and let us just make the columns a bit bigger, right? And first things first, so first what we need to do is that we can just go ahead and check the spellings if everything is good or not. So for that we'll go to data and we'll click on remove duplicates. So if there are any duplicates, it removes it all. So over here we have a notification saying that no duplicate values found, right? So that's good. Okay. And we can convert this to a table. So for that, what we can do, we can just press on Control T. I'll hit OK. And over here we have the table. So since this is a YouTube subscribers table, so we have columns like the channel name, and if it is a brand channel, yes or no. Then we have the number of subscribers that is in millions, and next we have the languages, category, country, right? Now we need to check if there are any empty values or blanks right in the data, right? So we'll just quickly scroll and check if there are any blanks in the data. So this is good, right? Brand channel, we have two options, yes or no. Subscribers, we are good with this too. Next, coming to languages, we can see, right, that some languages are like English 10, 11, 12, Hindi 13, 14, Hindi 16, Hindi 7 and 8. So we don't need this, right? So what we can do is that we can just filter the ones that we need to edit. Yeah, I'll click on OK here. And since we have a small data, so we can just go ahead and edit it here directly. Right? Let's just click on select all and see it once again. Yeah, now we are good, right, with the languages. Now let us go ahead and check with the categories. Category is also great. Coming to country, this is also fine, right? Now, so we have the data cleaned, right? So right now, let us just see the data and see that what are the insights that we can find out from the given data, right? So since we have the channel name, so we can just predict that which channel has the highest number of subscribers. So we can make this question, and the second question could be that in which languages are the people seeing most of the channels, right? So we can frame this question as well. Next, coming to the category, we can have the same question saying that which is the most popular category, and we can name any two categories as such. Next, coming to countries, also we can tell that in which from which country are the highest number of subscribers coming from, right? So now let me just quickly put up the questions. Okay, so for here I have put down the questions that what is the channel with the highest number of subscribers, which category is the most popular among the viewers, name the top two categories, which country contributes the most subscribers, and in which language do viewers prefer to watch the channels, right? So let's go ahead with the first question, that what is the channel with the highest number of subscribers. So for that, what we can do, we can just need to come to the data, go to insert and create a pivot table, and new worksheet, this is fine. Now click on OK, right? And since we need to find that in which channel do we need to find the highest number of subscribers, right? So what we will do is that we will put the name into the rows field, and we will put the subscribers in the values field. Why? This is because I just want to find the sum of the subscribers, right? And even though you want to find the average of the subscribers or count of the subscribers, you can still do it by going to this option, going to value field settings, and over here you can select whichever you want, right? So for now I just need the sum of the subscribers, so for that reason I will only be selecting this and I'll be working on this, right? And now as you can see that we have something called as grand total, right? And I do not need this. So what I will do, I will just select the data here, I'll go to design, grand totals, I will off for the rows and columns. Now we can see that this is vanished, right? I'll just close this thing as it is not required. Now, as you can see here that we have a couple of channels, right? Now, let me just make it simple and I'll just take it for the top 10 channels that has the most subscribers. So how will I do that? I will click on this option here. I'll go to value filters. I'll click on top 10, right? So I need the top 10 based on the items by some of the subscribers in millions. Okay, so over here if you want top 10 you can do top 10, or if you want top 15 or top 5 you can just edit this and go to top 5 or something and come to top 10. Okay, for now I just need this in top 10, so I'll click on OK. So over here we have, right, the top 10 channels with the highest number of subscribers. Now what I will be doing is that I will be creating a pivot chart for this. So what I will do, I will select the data. I'll go to pivot table analyze tab and I'll click on pivot chart. Okay, I think for this data it will be best if we do it on the bar chart, right? It looks great, right? Now let me just click on OK. And here we have the pivot chart ready. And now let us just make it much better. So I don't need this field buttons over here. So I'll just click on right click, hide all field buttons on chart. It gets removed. And I don't require this hue here because it's easy to understand the data. And now I will need to change the title here. So I'll put this as channel. Or if you want, I can put this as top 10 channels, right? So, and if you want, we can make this bold. We can click on Control B or go to the Home tab and click on B. And about this, let me tell you that we have something called as a data label. Now, let me tell you that why that is important. Now, if you see over here that in Sony Entertainment channel and the Cocomelon channel is almost the same, right? But we cannot see that how much millions subscribers is there in each channel, right? So for that reason what we can do, and it's pretty difficult to see in this chart, right? So for that reason we will be using the data label in order to see that how many million subscribers are there in each data. So in data label you can go to we can put this on center or inside end, inside base, outside end, or data callout, right? But so for now we will only be doing it in outside end. It looks great, right? Now I do not need this x-axis because I already have the data labels over here. So I will click on this and hit backspace. Okay. Now, when you see these numbers, what does it represent? 99.5 watt, right? So for that reason, what we can do, we have something called as format code. So just select this, come here under the number column, just remove the general and type 0, double quotations, M, which stands for million, again double quotations, and click on add, right? So now it is good, right? So we can know that so we can see that the most top channel is coming from the T series, which is having 249 million subscribers. That is followed by Mr. Beast, and that's followed by Cocomelon, right? So we have the top 10 channels ready, and if you just want to highlight the best channel, I mean the top channel, so you can just select on this. Then you can go to fill and you can just select any other color. Let me just put this as red. Okay. So right now we have the solution to our first question. Let's just go ahead and see the first question once again. What is the channel with highest number of subscribers? So which is it? It is T series, right? So let's just put the solution over here. T series. And I'll just change this color to green because we're done with this, right? And I'll just change the sheet name to channel and I will bring it to the end. Okay, so we are done with the first question. Coming to the second question, which category is the most popular among the viewers? Name the top two categories. Okay, so let's come back to the data and now we are going to work on the category data. So it is the same thing again. Go to insert, create a pivot table, click on OK. Now what we need to find the category, right? So category will be in the rows field and the sum of the subscribers will be in the values field, right? So this is the category which we have, like education, entertainment, film. So we can see that the I think the highest is coming from the music category, right? So that's good. So now let us just represent this in the form of pivot chart. Now, first what I will do, I need to remove the grand total, right? First things first. So I'll select this. I'll go to design, grand totals, off for the rows and columns. Now when we have the data cleaned, now we can just go ahead and create a pivot chart, right? So for this, I think the best one is pi because it represents in a good way, right? When you click on bar chart, it doesn't look that great. So I think for this, we can use pie chart. I'll hit OK. And again, we will do the same thing. We don't need this field button. So I'll just go and click on hide all field buttons on chart. And I will be changing the title. I'll be putting this as category. Okay. Now I don't need this also because I'll be putting the data label directly. And again, I'll go to plus option, data label, and I will directly go to data callout because this looks better, right? It represents with the percentage wise. So I'll click on this. Now you also have the option to tilt the pie chart. So how do you do that? So under this tab, you have this option called as angle of first slice. You can just increase this as per your comfort. Yes, I am pretty good with this 58 degree. Now let me just make this look more better. I'll put this music and the entertainment inside. Okay, now I do not need the, it looks a bit weird, right? So for that, I will be removing the no fill under the fill section and no border in the border section. Now it looks good, right? The same thing I will be doing it for the entertainment as well. No fill, no line. And for the others, I'll just make it look visible so that we can see that how much percentage is coming under which category. And the same for this how to and game section. Okay, this looks good, right? So now we're done with the category, and let's go back and see the question. Which category is the most popular among the viewers? So we can see that the category that is in entertainment, which is having 37%, and the music 14% is the most popular categories, right? And they're asking us to name the top two categories, which is the music and entertainment. I'll just put this over here, music, entertainment. All right, we're done with this, so I'll just highlight this. Okay, and I'll just change the sheet name to category, and I'll drag it over here. Okay, now we're done with the category also. Coming to the third question, it asks that which country contributes the most subscribers. Okay, so it's again the same thing. Come back to the data, click on insert, go to pivot table and create it. And we need which country, right? So the country will be in the rows field and the sum of the subscribers will be in the values field. Now I do not need the grand total, so I will remove this. I'll go to my design tab. I'll opt for the rows and columns. Now I will be making a chart. So for that, I'll be going to pivot chart, and I would want to see this in the form of row, right? From the bar chart, it looks great. So I'll hit OK here. I think it's the best chart, right, to represent this. So now I'll just remove the field buttons of the chart. I'll remove this total over here. I'll change my title as countries. Now, if we see over here, right, I mean, we have a couple of countries, but we don't want everyone, like each and every country to be in this chart, right? Because we just want to see the top five countries. So I think I can just change over here and I can just go to check the top five countries. it's being too much over here. So I think top 5 will give a good understanding also. All right. So if you change your values over here, it also reflects on the chart. Okay. So here it's clearly visible that in India, it's the topmost. I mean, the India is a country that has the highest number of subscribers, that is followed by the US, right? So that's pretty great. And same thing over here. I will be removing the x-axis here and I'll be making this bold, Control B, and I'll be adding my data layouts to show the number of subscribers for each country. And I will be changing the format code of this 0 double quotations M double quotations. I'll hit add. Okay, looks great, right? Okay, so now we are done with the countries, and let's come back to the question and see that which country contributes the most subscribers, right? It is India. And I'll change this color to green, and we're done with this. I will rename the sheet to countries. Okay, I'll drag it all the way to the right. Now, coming to the last question, in which language do viewers prefer to watch these channels? Okay, so it's again the same thing. Come back to the data, insert, create a pivot table, click on OK. I'll put the languages into the rows field and the subscribers to the values. Now I will remove the grand total because I don't need that. Design. Now, okay, looks good, right? Now I will create a pivot chart. And for languages, I think the best chart is the pie chart, right? It represents in a nice way. If you come to the bar chart or if you come to the line chart, it doesn't look good, right? So I'll be going ahead with the pie chart. I'll hit OK. And again, I do not need this field button, so I'll click on right click and click on hide all field buttons on chart. I don't need this hue, so I'll backspace this and I'll be changing my title to languages. Now I will be doing the data label. I'll be adding the data label with the data callout, and I would want these things to be shifted to the right because it looks a bit congested, right? So I'll select the chart and I will shift it towards the right. Okay, and I will do the same thing again. I'll put the Hindi inside and also the English, and I will remove the borders and line because it looks weird, right? So coming to fill, no border. Same goes again with English, okay? No fill, no border. And for the rest, I can just adjust it to just make it visible. So we can see, right, the highest languages the people are preferring is in English, followed by Hindi. Okay, so I'm good with this, and we have also done with the languages. Let me just answer this question over here. In which languages? I'll just mark this as done. It is English. That's having around 41%, right? 43% of the total. That's great. Now I will rename this and rename that as languages. And I'll again put this towards my right. Okay, now we are done with all the 4 questions and we have got to know that in which series and everything. Now let us just go ahead and create a dashboard. So I'll be naming this as YouTube dashboard. Push it to the right. Okay. YouTube dashboard. I want to increase the size, so I'll just click on this. Fine. Now I'm good at black. I'll just make this as red. Okay. Now what I will do is that I will put all the charts into this. I'll just put all the charts into the dashboard. So let me just quickly do that. Control C, Control V. Same thing goes for category. Next comes the countries. Let's paste it, and last comes the languages, right? Okay, now let's just make this better, look much better. I'll just select these rows and merge and center. I want this to be exact right over here itself. And the channel names I can just reduce the size. Okay, now let me just add the background and make it black for it to look much better. So I'll just select the cells that's visible to me, and I'll come here and hit on black, and format painter, I'll just make these black too. Okay, it looks better now, right? I can adjust this even more and just merge it. Fine. Now we have all the four charts, and right now what we are going to do is that we will be creating a slicer in order to connect all the charts and give us a better like the understanding, right, of the charts. So for that, I'll just click on this chart. I'll come to insert, slicer, and I would need a slicer based on the category and the languages. Okay, so I'll hit an enter. So we have this thing. I'll just drag it towards the right so that we can have space to fit in the slicers. Okay, I'll bring the category over here. I'll again adjust the length. Okay, same goes for the language. Okay, it's fine, right? Now what I will do is that, so right now we have installed the slicers, right? But it is not having a connection between all these charts. So for that reason, what we will do is that we will hit on right click, we will click on report connections, and I will select all the charts that I need to be linked. Okay, same will go even for the primary languages. Report connections, I will connect with all my charts. So if I select on any one field, it has to reflect on the other charts as well, right? So here we're done with the dashboard. Now coming to the category, now let us tell that I just want to see about the education, right? So I'll just need to click on education, and it will be reflecting over here that which is the channel that talks about the education, right? So the top channel is on Cocomelon. Next, coming to the category, it's education because we have chosen here education, right? And in education, 66% of it is in English, and the rest 34% is in Hindi. And coming to countries, that on the US is the country that shows more of a content compared based on the education, right? So we can check the same thing coming to the English, and you can just play with this data and you can just see that which is the best and which is the least country or the least category that has been reflecting on, right? So over here we are done with the dashboard. Okay, now looking at the data, what other insights can we find out, right? So for that, so we can see, right, we have also found the top 10 channels and the most popular category and the languages and the countries. So let's go ahead and just write down the insights. Insights, I would want this to be big. Okay, so what is the insight? What I have found is most of the subscribers residing in India and US are most likely to spend their time in music and entertainment, where the majority of the languages are in English and Hindi. Next is create more SEO content for the YouTube channels such as T series, Cocomelon, and Mr. Beast, right? So because all these three are the top 10 channels that we have found out. To continue um, increasing their sales. Okay, so this is the insight that I found out. If you want to improve the sentence or something, it's pretty simple. Just select this and go to ChatGPT and just do it, right? It's much better. We can just make the ChatGPT to give us a better sentence. So I will ask him to rephrase the above insight. That's it. Enter. So you can see, right? So we have a better sentence over here. We will simply copy paste it over here. Okay, so this is good, right? Like many subscribers in India and US tend to gravitate towards music and entertainment content, with English and Hindi being the dominant languages. To further boost sales for the YouTube channels like T Series, Cocomelon, and Mr. Beast, it's essential to tailor SEO content to cater to this preference.